Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the expert walkthrough of Dark Souls. I'm your host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, bringing you round 2 of the ultimate walkthrough for Dark Souls, this time including the Artorias of the Abyss download content. This time, there's no turning back. This time, we're going all the way to the top, and I'm taking you with me every step of the way. I hope you guys are ready to go on another adventure with me. So without further ado, let's start a brand new game of Dark Souls. Okay, I'm gonna take my brightness up to about 8 so you guys can see everything just fine. And as for this stuff, I'm gonna take my camera speed to about 6. I'm gonna take music down to 5, and I'll take sounds down to 6. These are my basic recording settings so you guys can hear me just fine. Alrighty. I think I'm just gonna go with the dude again, I did last time. And even though I typically choose the master key on every character, I think this time, I don't know, I'm feeling black firebombs this time. And I almost always go with the slim physique, it just looks best to me. And for the face, I don't really like the preset faces in this game. In fact, I can't stand them. They weren't very good in Demon Souls either, so I think I'm just going to randomize some of the stats. Now, a lot of faces in this game are very goofy and ugly looking, so when I choose a face, I tend to get kind of picky. Even though 90% of the game, I'm not going to be looking at my character's face, nor will I really care. It's just one of those things. Character creation bugs me. I'm quite OCD about it. Yeah, some of these faces are definitely not very appealing. In fact, I think they went great lengths just to make some of them look as goofy as they are. Like the dubious Katarina. My goodness. This one doesn't look so bad. He's actually quite handsome. Let's make a few more adjustments, and then we will move on. Oh yeah. Definitely digging the red eyes. Let's give him dark hair. Like scary dark. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool to me. Okay, now we need a class. Last time, I went with the Thief. Now, the Thief is a terrific starting class. He starts the game with excellent gear, and he has very balanced stats that can lean towards almost any build involving dexterity or intelligence. But this time, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going with the Deprived class. Even though it doesn't seem like the smartest class to start with, his stats are most convenient for the build that I'm going for. So, I'm definitely picking him. Now all we need is a name. How about Calamity? That sounds like a pretty cool name to me. And for those of you who are familiar with the new content, it has meaning. Yeah. Alright, so you guys ready to start our brand new adventure? Let's do it.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Asylum and her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Very interesting intro cinematic. It leaves a lot of new players hanging and wondering about a lot of different stuff, but as you continue to progress through the game, all questions that you have possibly asked during that intro will be answered in due time.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And thus it begins. Now that Knight Oscar of Astora has so kindly dropped the key to our dungeon cell in front of us, we can make our escape from the undead asylum. Dungeon cell key. A mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell, and on its person was this key. Who was this knight, and what was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one must still forge ahead. And that we shall. Alright, let's get out of this dump. Right stick, camera controls. Easy stuff. R1, attack. R2, strong attack. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. And the Asylum demon. Well, his angry counterpart, the Stray demon. We will come back, and we will fight the Stray demon. And hopefully we won't end up like this guy in the process. Moving on. Hold O to dash. Alright, R3, target lock on, like so. Definitely makes hitting the enemy a lot easier. And nothing over here. Okay. Rest at bonfire, recover HP. Yeah, the bonfire is definitely your best friend in Dark Souls. Does not open from this side. Alright, so our only option is these large double doors in front of us. But the danger beyond this door can only be seen from way above. There he is. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Asylum demon. He will not jump down and engage until you walk a set distance into the room, as I will demonstrate now. Well, the sign says get away, and your first thought is going to be to run for the second set of doors like this, but it's locked. So your only option is to go through this smaller door over here. Oh what, can't hit me? Try again. Oh, you mad, bro? See ya. Don't worry, we'll get another taste of him later. Ooh, look, another bonfire. You see, these bonfires serve as checkpoints, meaning now that we have this one, we can start off in front of the Asylum demon if we die. Get your shield. Okay, so down at the end of this hallway, there is a hollow with a bow. And yeah, you're correct, he has arrows that he will shoot at you until you die. So strafe off into the room, pick up your shield, and there are a couple more developer messages in here. Start, open up the equipment menu, and you will equip your shield in the left-hand slot. Alright, L1. Block with your shield, like so. Alright, now the idea is to get up to him without getting hit by arrows. Now this hollow is quite unintelligent. He only fires in one direction. So you can sit here and move around all you want. Unfortunately, our little broken straight sword hilt is not going to do squat to him. We can smack at him all we want, and it's not going to do anything. So what you want to do is go to this second item, which is going to be your starting class's main weapon. Now that we have the club, we can actually do some damage to him. Beautiful. Okay. And you can use the D-pad to toggle weapons, equipment, and items. We can't toggle between items because all we have is the black firebomb. So there's Oscar. Our current goal is to find a way to reach him. You tap O to backstep, and you can roll. Over here, there's only one thing you'll see, and that's an item that you cannot get to. No matter how hard you try, you will not be able to get to this item just yet. The only way to reach that item is to make your second return to the Asylum, which I will discuss later in the playthrough. If you go down here first, you can unlock this door, and you'll recognize it immediately. That's the door that didn't open from this side in the first courtyard with a bonfire. Recognize those doors? And now, our only other way to go is up. But before you go rushing up these stairs, you see that big-ass boulder right there? It's not just chilling there. It will come down the stairs, and it will hurt you. Triggering the boulder is easy. You walk a set distance up the stairs, and it comes towards you. Oh, you must be the asshole that pushed the boulder at me. Bitch. And it's locked. Okay, so the boulder has created an enormous hole in the wall right here, and this is going to be how you get to Oscar. Giant metal boulder. Let's talk to our rescuer.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Now, there's no penalty for telling him no. You will receive the same items and things will go in the same order, but you do want to tell him yes just so you can understand your first basic objective of the game.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Alrighty, you're welcome, bud. Square, use item. So now that we have received the Estus flask, we can heal our HP. Like so. Now there are two different things you can do here. You can either be mean and smack him and kill him for 100 souls, or you can walk over here about this far, and when you hear that noise, it means he has died of natural causes. And you get 100 souls. Yay. Alright, so that key he gave us will open this next door so we can proceed through the tutorial. Triangle, wield right weapon two-handed, like that. One-handed, two-handed. Very effective. Left stick plus R1 is kick, and left stick plus R2 is jump attack. Kick, kick, and jump attack. Very useful stuff. Resting at bonfires revives enemies. This is very true. So right here is the part of the tutorial that will give a lot of new players some real difficulties. We got two guys with swords right here, and then we've got one guy back there with a bow who will shoot at you. So what you want to do is keep your shield up, hold these guys with the swords so that they come out of that little alley right there. Make sure you're locked on, because if you don't lock on, you'll have your back to the enemy and you will get screwed. Wait for an opportunity to attack, and with timed hits, you can take them both down. Easy stuff, for now. The way to deal with this guy is you don't want to lock on, because if you lock on, he's just going to sit there and shoot arrows at you, and all you can do is keep your shield up and block them. So what you want to do is break lock on and bum rush him for the critical hit. R1 behind enemy, critical hit, yes, as I just demonstrated. Oh, come on. L2 equals parry, repel an enemy attack, and then you hit R1 afterwards for the riposte. Now this guy, he is a little bit tougher than the other dudes. As you can see, he's got a full set of armor, he's got a fully functional longsword, and a big thick shield. You don't want to mess with him. But we're going to parry him. As you can see, the parry riposte is very effective. And this door is locked. Unfortunately, this is the door that you cannot unlock in the tutorial. We will have to make a second trip back to the Undead Asylum after completing the tutorial, and then we'll be able to go through there. R1 while falling, plunging attack. Sounds fun. Let's give it a shot. Beautiful. Alright, so lock onto this guy for best results. If you break lock on like this and just blindly swing, you will get thrashed. So take my advice, lock on. That way you will be in complete control of the fight. See, if you lock on and stay behind him, most, not all, but most of his attacks will miss you. Carefully timed rolls will allow you to evade most of his attacks. And taking advantage of your strong attacks will win the fight. The Asylum Demon goes down quick, and he gives you the big Pilgrim's Key and 1 humanity. And if you look down in the right-hand corner, he gives you 2,000 souls. These doors were previously locked, but if you use the big Pilgrim's Key from beating the Asylum Demon, you will be able to proceed to the last few steps of the tutorial. Good job, go straight ahead. This is the one developer message that you do not want to listen to just yet. Going straight forward will complete the tutorial, but if you stray off to the side here, there is a hidden little item. It's just a small consumable soul item, but souls are currency in this game, so the more you have, the better. That one was worth 200. That's 200 souls I didn't have. And souls are very good right now. Over here, there is an NPC.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
This is Snuggly the Crow, a very unique NPC that is able to trade items with the player character. The way to do this is to step directly inside the nest, scroll through your items, and you will drop inside the nest whatever it is you want to trade, quit and reload your game, and when you come back to the nest, you will have a traded item. Snuggly doesn't accept all items, but the ones that you can trade, you can typically get valuable stuff for. We have nothing worth trading right now, so we're just going to ignore him. Now this right here brings back memories. Trekking through the Northern Undead Asylum. We may look a little bit different this time, but all the same, it's the same purpose. You guys ready to start another fully fledged adventure with me? Through the merciless and terrifying mists of Lordran? Of course we are. Why? Because it's our destiny.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
In Lordran, level up and kindle at bonfires. So here we are at Firelink Shrine, basically the only safe zone in the game. And the first thing you want to do is rest at this bonfire. Resting at this bonfire serves a great purpose at the beginning of the game, because if you die at this point, you will not go back to the damn asylum, which is good. So I just want to say thank you guys for sticking around and watching my videos and following me to the end. I love you all to death, and I am going to try to keep upload speed of this walkthrough as fast as I can. I give you my word I'm going to upload as fast as I can. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching.